My name is Todd Standing, and I am the man who takes people out into the field and has them either live interact with their eyewitness of Sasquatch. That's what I do. I am boots on the ground, working towards this incredible discovery that's going to change the whole planet Earth in beautiful, amazing, wonderful ways beyond my wildest imagination. Why do I say that? Because literally, the Sasquatch are my teachers. I'm a student of theirs. And every year I get these incredible lessons, both outside, both spiritual, very mindful, very soulful, and and I want to talk about that just as questions are accumulating. So I'm working and talking with people about expeditions right now, planning for my next year because this year is done. I hope you're enjoying the YouTube videos because I'm so proud of the people I met this year, the new people I met, old colleagues that came back and came to a new level, men and women that are really. It's funny. I resisted expeditions in the beginning. I didn't want to be like a sellout. I thought it was kind of cheesy, take people out in the wilderness. But from the very beginning, the very first expedition ever, I remember it was Jonathan, Cody, and Scout was my very first expedition where it wasn't like a TV crew. It was just men that were interested in coming out, and I took them out into the wilderness. And man, these guys, the stuff they taught me, things that I took for granted, things that I just thought, that's no big deal. Hey, you're not interested in that. And they taught me patience. They taught me uh, what's really important. Just as an example, we got up and we were out, and I had this big long hike planned. We were going to go up to this ridge where this incredible Sasquatch stuff always happens. It was a long hike we had to give her. It's way back country into nothingness. Gonna have a great day. Sasquatch stuff's gonna happen. And on the way out there, I was showing them the strawberry bushes. And we got up onto this one particular ridge. I made a Sasquatch call. They all stood and listened, and I did the Sasquatch call. And one of the expeditioners looked at me and said, Todd, remember those strawberries you showed us? I went, yeah. He says, I see strawberry bushes all around us. I see hundreds of strawberries. And I was like, yeah, so they're just strawberries. He's like, no, these are wild, northern Canadian, incredible, beautiful, indigenous, wild growing strawberries that are delicious because they are. They're little tiny strawberries, and you eat them, and they just punch you with flavor and brilliance. They're so amazing. And again, I'm like, well, so what? We got all this thing to do. We got to get going, guys. We got this big mission today. I got all these plans. We're gonna go kick some ass out there. And they looked at one another. So there's three of them and me. I said, you guys want to get going, don't you? You want to sit here and eat strawberries for an hour? I said, actually, we would like to sit here and eat strawberries. And it ended up being 2 hours. Screwed up my whole day. But it really, that was better for Sasquatch. That was better for interacting with the Sasquatch. That worked out better because the Sasquatch, when you're out there and you're intense and you got that energy and you got to get going, you got these things to do, that's not them. That's not how they are. And I should have known better. But and maybe I was a little bit showing off. I wanted to get out there and show these guys how awesome this backcountry is and how amazing these different places are, and take them way, way, way back. And they just weren't interested in that. And these are very intelligent. Like one of them was a professor. One of them was an army ranger. And then Cody just became a lifelong friend of mine, an amazing individual that I'm so grateful to have met. But the lesson, and it never stopped. It's never stopped. And what's really outstanding, just that'll I'll be doing expeditions for the rest of my life. I'll be training people about expeditions. I'll be training people to go out and connect in the wilderness and find a way to blissfully thrive in nature and connect in beautiful, brilliant ways. Even bringing my domestication with me because I'm not really surviving out there. I'm not living off the land. I'm not hunting. I don't do that. I go out there with my little bit of, civilization. I take my food, I prepare the way a civilized being does, and then I focus on the connection, the spiritual connection, the natural connections, the the beautiful, plants and animals that surround me. And it's it's so personal, these expeditions, that literally these men and women that do expeditions that come out with me have become my closest friends and colleagues. So it's really and it was Survivor Man. I have to give him credit. Remember him telling me that he said you should take people out and do expeditions like this, and uh, and I told him I didn't want to sell out. I don't want to blah blah blah. And he looked at me and he just gave me a funny look. And I know what that look meant now. That look meant you don't get it, do you? Like you don't really get it. And I didn't get it. And now that I've been doing expeditions for I don't know how many years, you know, gosh, how long has it been? I probably started doing them in like 2016 maybe. So it's been a long time. It hasn't been a decade yet, but it's just it's changed my life in so many amazing ways, and I'm very grateful for that. And I just wanted to extend that gratitude to the expeditioners you'll see on here, and the expeditioners that'll watch us later, and the new expeditioners that are going to come out and have these incredible experiences with me. It just That's what's beautiful about this discovery in the way that I'm doing it is you guys have to understand it's all personal. This isn't this is very little business. Very, very personal. That's what we are. We're not out here using money and using technology and spending millions of dollars. We don't have that option. I probably will start doing that, but it won't take away from the connection and uh, the personal connection that we all have for this. So people come out and do these expeditions and they can't wait to come back and they become not just permanent colleagues, but lifelong friends. Where I'm a young man right now. I feel young, and I am young. I have a lot of years left of me. I'm decades and decades of still backcountry trekking before this body gives out, and then I just become really wise and pass on the wisdom to younger people. But it's it's so personal, and it's such a wonderful commitment, and it has to be personal because that's what makes it transparent. I'm not here putting I don't even in this right now with you guys. It's very personal, guys. So I really want to open up and expose who I am. So when you go out there into the world and you start talking about what you know about Todd Standing, what do you really know about him? You can look them in the eye. You can look them straight in the eye and go, "I've seen that man get personal with me." And if you don't think I'm being authentic, then turn it off. Like, don't watch this show. If if you think there's a potential for authenticity in me, I ask you to give me a chance because I'm gonna get real personal with you guys. I'm gonna open up uh, because this discovery will change the world. It's an awakening that's so brilliant and so gosh darn important, guys. Like it's so important. This is not just some random new species we've discovered. No, this is the ultimate wilderness being that that exists in this world. Our most living, our closest living relative. Literally, not exaggerating. By definition, they're literally, even though they're 9 feet tall and over 900 pounds, that is literally the same species as me. I can, and it has been done where they breed with human beings and produce viable offspring. That is a scientific accepted definition of a species, and that's what we are with them. As much as there's so much difference, as much as it hurts my heart to think in the DNA we've shown there is no pure Sasquatch left. They've all had human DNA bred into them, which I just think, no disrespect to my own species, I love being human, but I think it's weakened them. I'd like to maybe think there's somewhere way up in Alaska or something, there's still pure Sasquatch left that are untainted with human DNA. I have to keep sipping on my tea because my throat's hurting. Appreciate your patience. So that's my little rant. And if you have questions about expeditions, I would specifically love to answer that today. That's what I've been doing is talking to people about expeditions, considering them for expeditions, sending emails, and literally talking to people on the phone, learning how to feel people's energy on the phone. And it's not hard. I don't think. I'm really able to connect with people on the phone where I feel their energy, I feel their passion, and I am very experienced in that I can hear the ring of truth with stuff. It's not just that though. It's gut feelings, it's empathic abilities, it's emotions that are being perceived deep within my soul of these people that man, I'm such a lucky human being. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. This is what I do. This is it. And it's an amazing life. It's a hard life. I've made some tremendous sacrifices. I've really put myself out there. I really have risked my life, guys. I've really fallen down to die and give up in the backcountry because I've pushed myself too far. Like I've it's there's half a dozen times where I shouldn't have made it back. I've risked things that I'm not going to train these young men and women that are coming up underneath me. I won't train them to go do that stuff because it was stupid. It was a mistake. It was folly. Don't need to do that anymore. I've done that. I've committed those errors, and I won't tolerate people that are coming up under me to do that because it's just foolish. It was mistakes I made, and I'm lucky to be able to still be here. But since I've made that kind of commitment, that's what it took. If you want to know what it took to become a full-time Sasquatch researcher, that end, I take people out and show them a Sasquatch because I'm literally I and don't get me wrong too. I'm very proud to be boots on the ground, but I study theory. I listen to people's legitimate stories and even illegitimate stories, but I'm very theory. I'm very book orientated. Usually have some kind of book around me at all times. In this case, Sasquatch legends meet science, right? Like I always have reading around, and then I don't proven whitetail tactics. This is nature. This man teaches me about, right? This is Sasquatch, primate studies. So I'm very much enjoy the theoretical side, but without the practice, without the boots on the ground, the theories don't really amount to much at the end of the day. Because it's like the theories, again, as wonderful as they are, as grateful as I am for them, it is talk. It is hypothesis. And the whole point of talk and hypothesis is to get your ass out there and prove or disprove it. And that's what boots on the ground is. Welcome to my Wednesday show. Let's do some questions. Hello, Cale Buckman, Savio Spellman. Hello from Nebraska. Wow. And aloha. There we got Hawaii again. Man, I need to get up to Hawaii, guys. Chris, hi, Todd. Great to see you. Happy Thanksgiving, USA. It's not Thanksgiving anymore. We did Thanksgiving a couple of weeks ago. Question: Insane Clown Posse update. So let's talk about that. So they were supposed to come out. They didn't. Even made some excuses. I missed the expedition. I was a little unhappy about it. But they lost their deposits and they're rebooking. So that's cool. And I think the problem really is it was the goddamn godless sons of bitches at Canadian border crossing assholes that are changing their policies, COVID this, COVID that. So I really think that was the end result. So that's why I have to be forgiving. And they are coming back in the spring, is what their goal is. But I went down, I did that Gathering of the Juggalos, which is the Insane Clown Posse, their big music festival. And people thought I was crazy. Like, what are you doing down there? You don't belong there. And because I don't do drugs, I don't know, I'm just not the kind of guy that parties and does stuff like that. It's really not my thing so much. But I knew I had to go down there and learn a lesson. And the lesson I learned, because I had to speak in front of this, I went down there to do like a seminar to ICP fans. What the hell are they going to care about Sasquatch? But I learned a powerful lesson that I'm going to take with me till the end of my days. Is those people think they're free because this is in the United States too. This is in Ohio. This is America, where freedom is everything. And I'll tell you, I got through to those people in that I go, I'm out there in the wilds, in the wilderness with wild beings that are really free. You people don't know nothing about freedom. You walk around with your boots, staring at your cell phones, committed to these jobs that you have to go do, living in these little tiny spaces, you're actually there's not much wild about you. And the less wild you are, the less free you are. And you better think about that. How connected to the wild are you? How much of your wildness do you embrace? Because what wild thing can be caged? To be truly wild, you that's what real freedom is. It's not, and don't get caught up in the term, oh, he's some wild child, wild this. That's not a bad thing. That's freedom, man. That's something that's wild is following its true nature. Do you understand that? And if you're following your true nature, you're truly free. And that's what a wild being is. They're really free. They're never in cages. They're never committed to a single area or spot. They go wherever they want and do whatever they want, whatever nature allows them to and is bred for them and is in their design. Do you really understand the freedom behind that, guys? Think about it. Like really process that. You need to find your wild side because that's where your real freedom is. And I told that to those people. I said, you Americans think you're free? If you're not wild, you don't know nothing about your freedom. You're not connected, you're disconnected. It's an illusion and you've been lied to. You've been domesticated so brilliantly that you dumbasses really think you're free. But you're the most caged, domesticated beings that have ever existed. You're not free at all. And the technology that you think helps you literally is another cage that traps you and causes you to rely upon something and become addicted to a lie that separates you from your true nature, which separates you from your true freedom. Think about that. And that's why I will forever be grateful. That's why I knew I was called to go out there. I knew I had to go speak with those people and see if I could reach them. And I did really well. Like it was powerful, guys. The promoter of the show came up to me after because there was a bunch of great men that were speaking there. He came up to me doing this. I thought, uh-oh, what the hell could his problem be? He came up to me and he goes, man, you are such a gifted speaker. Like you reached these people. They were like they came in here to verse you and be an ass, and it literally ended up being standing room only. People were standing on the outsides. People were calling their friends over. You got to come listen to this guy. This guy's amazing because I was talking about beautiful, incredible subjects, and there was probably over 500 people that saw and watched that show. I reached a lot of them, man. When they started came in and asking questions later, they were beautiful questions. They were absolutely brilliant. Crazy party guys that were all dressed up and looked like, madmen. They were asking me really deep, heartfelt questions because they cared and they wanted to learn about freedom and how to connect. And it was beautiful. And now I know what I'm capable of. Now I know how to go touch pop culture. Now I know why this discovery is so important. And I hope that helps you understand. Hey, life changing says, hi Todd, so grateful to have discovered you, which is so ironic. Life changing discovered me. So he seems grateful that I'm changing, I'm being part of the changing of his life, and he discovered me because it's discovering Bigfoot. I get it. I see it. It's pretty funny. Thanks. Hey Andy, thanks so much. Andy, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be on the Discovering Bigfoot podcast. I sure wish more people were coming forward talking about Sasquatch on the Discovering Bigfoot podcast. I want this information out there, guys. I see such amazement. I see even Ashley talks about it. There are some freaking brilliant men and women on this chat room, on this live show. Brilliant people. Please, bigfootencounter at gmail.com. So many of you have such incredible things to say, such important perspectives. Really, it's genius. And if you don't share that information, you're doing society, you're doing your community a disservice. Do you understand? So I'm asking you people that have this knowledge, that have this know-how, like look into yourself and go, man, is there something I can do to to give back to this community? And I believe a lot of you can and will. If you just be brave enough, come do the live show with Kyle. Kyle's new with these live shows. He's fighting for it and he's doing such a great job, and I'm so proud of him. And we would appreciate more people coming forward that have had encounters and even you come do stuff like Kyle knows so much. Kyle's been like boots on the ground with me. He's spent so much time in the bush with me. And if Kyle doesn't have the answer, he'll call me. I talk to Kyle all the time. He'll call me and get the answer. And if I don't have the answer, I'll call somebody and get the answer. So it's brilliant to cooperate. It's powerful, guys. We need to hang on to that cooperation. We are a community. We are in this together, literally. Like we're connected. And it's very special that you guys come on here and do this with me. And I'm so grateful for it. Again, how much personal can I be with you guys? Because this discovery process is it's my life. I'm a dad first. It's the first thing about me is I'm a dad. I'm a big family guy. I care a lot about my relationships with my friends, with Ashley. These things really matter to me. I'm very deeply passionate about them. But I just that transparency shines through with everything. And I even there's stuff I don't tell you. I just look at you and I go, man, like, what do you think of my beautiful baby girl? Huh? Tatiana Lily Standing. Hmm? My handsome and amazing son, Faden Rockwell Standing. What do you look in my eyes? What do you think of those beautiful children? What they mean to me, right? So there's me getting personal, and I'm afraid to not get personal and open up to you guys because it won't reflect, and I won't get that if I don't give you that transparency. Why the hell would you be transparent with me? And so it's so personal, guys, and I want to encourage you to open up. I want to encourage you to talk to people, get this message out there, because we win or we lose altogether. And all my triumphs, all my successes, and they're coming, guys, more and more and more. They come through all of us. I am a human. I am part of your species. I am fighting for all of us. It matters to me so much. I'm so passionate about this beautiful planet. The planet is so personal, you know? It's our mother's milk. It's where we derive all sources of energy and love and passion from that and that beautiful sun that's up in the sky. So let's get personal, guys. Let's be transparent. Let's be fearless about it. So before it's too late, right? Hey Todd, do Sasquatch process their kill on site or do they take it with them and do it in a different place? What differentiates a Sasquatch kill from, say, a mountain lion kill? Well, everything in nature has its place so perfectly. Like the apex species, the known apex species, as an example, it's the wolves. In a proper ecosystem, if a mountain lion makes a kill, he rips off a piece of that kill and gets his ass up a tree because the wolves are coming. But when the wolves come, it's only a portion of the pack. The whole pack doesn't come. So the wolves will come, overfill their bellies, leave the kill, and go back to the pack and then regurgitate the food. The mountain lion can take another hit at it, or a bear can take a hit at it. Same thing if a bear makes a kill. He's got to do what he can to protect it. But when the wolves come, he better get his ass out of there. A bear will usually just sit down and eat his face off. And then when the wolves come, they'll run him off. But they'll run him off. They'll eat until they're full and then they leave. That's what's amazing, right? So with a Sasquatch, I've seen evidence of both. I've seen evidence of them picking up an animal and walking off with it. And it's not evidence. That has happened. I saw a trackway of a Sasquatch running down a deer, killing a deer, picking a deer up, and walking off with it. And that trackway, I followed that for 2 miles and then just kind of quit on it because it was getting dark. I'm going backcountry. I got to give up on it. And then I've seen other times where they make a kill of an elk and literally left it right where they killed it, tore it all apart and ate it. And I believe, though, that when the Sasquatch make a kill, everything just stays away. It's the Sasquatch's kill. They eat it, and when they're done and they abandon it, then the other animals can come to it. But nothing in nature messes like the Sasquatch are such the unknown apex species. When they make a kill, man, nothing touches it. The ravens don't come around. I saw once, even, this was amazing to me. So I'm leaving, this is in Nordegg, I'm leaving apples for the Sasquatch. And they take them once in a while, but it's been a couple days they hadn't taken them. The ravens got at them once. A little frustrating. So I put the apples up and I look over at my expeditioners and I go, we walk away and the ravens aren't coming in. The ravens are acting weird. Like they're all like on branches of trees going, rah, 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 making these noises. I'm like, well, they must want to go after those apples, but what are they waiting for? They wouldn't go near those apples. And you know why? Because it was a Sasquatch over there. And they knew damn well you better stay away from those apples. And I'm telling you, as a fact, I'm telling you, I never saw ravens act like that. They were like pissed off, but like there's no way we're going over those apples. They wanted them badly. And the Sasquatch wasn't touching those apples. He was at least a couple hundred yards off. I'd say the ravens were 50 yards away, and that Sasquatch, or the Sasquatches, multiple individuals, I'm not sure which, they took those apples, and those ravens didn't do nothing to them. So I walked away thinking all the ravens are just going to get them. And then the Sasquatch took every single apple. Ravens didn't touch a single one. But do you understand the significance of that, guys? When the Sasquatch come around, man. I mean, I've heard it so many times. People be like, I was just walking along and suddenly the whole forest went quiet. That's because birds and squirrels and everything gives the Sasquatch. They're like royalty roaming through the bush. They're so powerful. They're so empathic. They have such a profound presence. When they choose to have that presence, they can also shut it off and come in the dead silence. So I just saw that on an expedition with Jason in October. There was a Sasquatch coming around, and everything was silent, and it was eerie, and I could kind of feel it. I wasn't sure, but I was thinking it's likely a Sasquatch coming. And then I heard the rock knocks and the booming and stuff. And as soon as that started, the forest lit up. The squirrels started chirping at the Sasquatch. The birds started making sounds. But until he released that energy, until he gave permission, until he started making sounds, everything was quiet and respectful. Because the king of the forest has walked in and given him his respect, right? So amazing stuff I get to witness every year. I'm so grateful. Sorry about the cold, guys. I was really sick last week and I'm just really recovering. How do they look different? Well, I just saw on Instagram this person put together four different chimpanzees, four different gorillas, and four different orangutans that look totally different. Like they don't even look like the same species. Their skin color is different, their eye colors are different, their facial shape is different. So that's the way it works, guys. It's really like there's major differences in primates. Don't look at these individuals like they're bears. Bears do look the same. I have difficulty telling one bear from the other based on two bears approximately the same size look like twins to me. But it's not that way with primates. Gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, human beings, bonobos, and Sasquatch all have have real differences, especially when it comes to males and female differences. I mean, for God's sake, male gorillas have sagittal crests that are huge. Male orangutans have these huge pads that come out, or not when they're younger. So there's just major differences. But the truth is too, I don't see so much difference in Kubota, Jane, and Jake. Those facials that you see, I see the same nose. I see the same cheekbones. I see the same eye shape, the same foreheads. So, and I would describe these individuals, especially in the bodies. The bodies are so similar. That's what you're not seeing the rest of Jake, Jane, and Kubota. So, Jane is a female body. Her body is identical to the Patterson footage because the Patterson footage is real. So she looks just like that. Jake is this muscular monstrosity of a perfect specimen of a Sasquatch. It's amazing. Jake is not with my troop anymore. I believe he left quite a few years ago, and I haven't seen any sign of him since. But Yeah, Jake was just an incredible specimen, like a beast, like his dad. Amazing. And then Kubota, male pattern baldness. He's only 8'4", and he's old. His arms are long. His legs look shorter. So he's just got, you know, discrepancies and differences, which you'll see in primates a lot. You ever seen a tall, skinny basketball player versus a short, stocky like football player or power lifter? I mean, very different phenotypes. Sorry, guys. I am pretty sick today. I have a bad cold, guys, but I'm getting over it. Hope you're getting better. Thank you, guys. Oh, and that's Brian. Hey, Brian. I'm so excited to come back to Nia Bay, Brian. Hi, Todd from Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota near the Black Hills. Dude, and this is Dude S. Just Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen, you must have stories. The Dakota, South Dakota, like Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Girl, you gotta have stories. We would love to hear that stuff. There's so many ways to reach us. We have a Discovering Bigfoot fan page on Facebook. There's the website, discoveringbigfoot.org, and bigfootencounter@gmail.com. You gotta have amazing stories, Kathleen. And you know, just as an example to anybody, I'll say to Kathleen, why don't you go talk to your elders about Bigfoot? Go show them the Survivor Man episodes that star me. Go show them the movie that I'm in. Just because it gets people talking in a conversation, you never know what you're going to spark. Because all of you, like you people, my live shows are only getting like 4,000 views right now. It used to be, up in the 40,000s. It doesn't matter though, 40,000 or 4,000. If you don't feel connected, if you don't feel close and personal in this show with me, listen a little closer. I give you guys that movie didn't make back the money I put into it. But is it a loss? Absolutely not. Because it's out there for us to help the discovery of Bigfoot move forward. That's a real movie. It's not reality TV. It's a documentary, and it's as it exactly happened in real life. I have the evidence and the people to substantiate every scene that happened in there. It's a real Discovering Bigfoot film that's out there to help move the discovery forward. Show it to people. It's free on YouTube now. Like, discuss it. Get some conversations going. Help, guys. I'm asking you, if you're passionate about this, help. Have people look at the movie. If you feel connected and authentic to literally, I am at the top, I guess, of the Discovering Bigfoot process. And I'm telling all you, I initiate all of you Discovering Bigfoot people. If you care about the discovery of Bigfoot, if you're passionate about and feel in tune with the way I'm doing things, then you are. And I, like the Avengers, right? When Iron Man goes to Spider-Man, he says, "Congratulations, kids, you're an Avenger. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You are part of the Discovering Bigfoot process. It is my honor and privilege to accept you into this process. Let's make this discovery happen, because, man, together we are so powerful," right? We're not fighting amongst each other. All our conversations are going to be intelligent. We're going to be respectful to one another. Utmost respect. As you know, just if somebody has a completely different opinion, you know who has the most differing opinion from me? Out of everybody and all the people I work with, that amazing, gorgeous Ashley. Man, that girl just pushes my perspectives. She's looking at things from an entirely different angle. You know how amazing that is in my life? You know how much I want that? If you're precisely on my perspective, then you're not going to be much good to me. You need to have your own look. You need to have your own opinion and bring it to the table, because it enriches us. Otherwise, you're just following, and it's not going to help. Take your turn up front. Who knows what you're capable of? Who knows, just Kathleen, You're not just Kathleen. Go out there and talk to people and be more. Don't be just be amazing, Kathleen. Go kick some ass, Kathleen. Right? Like the the uh, the Native American people are freaking amazing, powerful, man. I on every expedition, half the time I'm talking about what I've learned from Native American people. Like you people are powerful. You people are connected. You people knew real equilibrium. You people understood nature in a way that civilization is trying to destroy. And everything I've been talking about in the show, wildness and this reconnecting and the discovery of Sasquatch, that's what your people did. That's what your people were about. You know, when I look at the destruction of something like even the incredible, beautiful bison, the woodland and the prairie bison that have been annihilated and eradicated from this beautiful continent, it brings tears to my eyes. It's horrible. Those are majestic, beautiful beings, and we as civilization wiped them right off the face of this whole continent, barely saved them, and they're majestic and beautiful. That was evil, you know. So I understand how. Maybe I don't understand, but I can see a piece of the pain and how disgusted you would have been by the annihilation of that magnificent species that was literally the heart and soul of this wonderful continent. And they're gone. There'll never be like 400 million of them. It'll never be like that again, ever. So breaks my heart. But we have a kindred understanding, right? And we won't be able to get it back the way it was. But let's try to find some equilibrium ourselves where we can all work together and survive in this beautiful planet. That's what the discovery of Bigfoot's about, guys. Life Changing is back, says, I've seen the tree structures firsthand in the foothills of North Hinton, Alberta. Oh, hello, Life Changing. North Hinton, I know North Hinton. Hinton is north of Nordegg, where I did research with Survivor Man. And I had no idea what I was looking at. But thanks to you, now I do. Isn't it amazing? Isn't that life changing? And you really, here's something else I'm gonna put in your head. Those breaks that you're seeing are probably along pathways, along roadsides. The Sasquatch are making those tree breaks to communicate with us. They're talking to us. They're not doing that for Sasquatch. Sasquatch don't walk on those paths. Sasquatch don't walk down those roads. Sasquatch aren't going to see those damn breaks. They're doing that to communicate with us. This is where I go back to who's really the intelligent one? Who's really trying to make the discovery happen? They are. And now you're going to be confused. If they want the discovery, how come they're not making it happen? Because they can't communicate with us until we get to that new awakening. They want to talk to us, but they can't sink down they can't sink down any lower than they already are. The only way we can communicate with them is through telepathy, through empathic abilities. And if we can't awaken to that ability, then we can't communicate with them. We haven't earned the right to communicate with this amazing, brilliant species unless we rise up to them and they want us. What they're saying is, come on, you can do it. Rise up. Because they literally cannot sink down. It's not possible. It would destroy them. Do you understand that? See, when a being lives in a world of absolute transparency, a Sasquatch can sit down with a Sasquatch and they can look at each other and they know all about each other's lives because they're just communicating it to you were raised this way, you were like this with your parents, you had this trauma, you've gotten over it this way. You have these feelings for me, I have these feelings for you. What an incredible way to exist. That's how they have to exist. That's what's necessary for their survival. They can't sit down with a human being and do that. They can't communicate with you like that. Then you won't make the discovery. You won't find them. You won't see them. And that's what I'm teaching. And I'll tell you guys, domestication and civilization, like if you saw the stuff you're doing to that pineal gland, you should look it up. It's scary. Fluoride and calcification. This gland is literally designed to flow and to be able to communicate and open up. And we literally fluoride our toothpaste, calcify it with all the crap that we do. And this thing is all clogged up and messed up. I know mine is. And I'm trying so hard with Shilajit and these different elixirs that help cleanse that out of me and open this thing up. Because I have to be able to communicate like that to make the discovery too. I have lessons to learn, and I'm learning them very, very slowly, as fast as I can. But this discovery is really more about inner work than outer work. It's not about getting strong, getting fit, getting deep into the backcountry and kicking some ass. That's not going to work, guys. It's inner work. It's opening up. It's feeling your way around things. It's being transparent. It's it's living a life of integrity and truth, because that's the other thing is once you open up, the truth is going to be out there. Are you, once you do open up, are you worthy then? Are you a good person? Do you wake up and do you do things for the betterment of this gorgeous world that you have the privilege of living in? Or do you go out there selfishly and just try to, you know, make it look like you're doing some good and really it's just all about you and you don't really give a rat's ass about anybody, because they're going to see that. And that's what keeps them alive. That's what their survival is based on, is they'll know you. And go, yeah, no, you're a narcissist. You're not good intentions and I'm not working with you, right? That's the next level in the awakening and development of our species. Can you imagine we don't need lawyers and police and judges and this corrupt court systems that we have? We can literally have men and women go around and go, okay, open up your mind to me, please. And I would like to, oh, you did that? Oh my God. They could just read it in your mind. There's no need for court cases. There's no need for trials because you can't lie anymore. That's the world the Sasquatch want for us. That's the world I want for us. And that's what this discovery is really about. It's as simple as that. And if you're still sitting there and you're so closed-minded, you go, telepathy is bullshit. You're not paying attention. Every freaking university, every scientist in the world absolutely knows telepathy is a fact. Empathic ability is a fact. Remote viewing is a fact. These are not paranormal anymore. Get over it. It's a fact. The Sasquatch have been doing this for thousands of years. They're so good at it, they've evolved survival of the fittest with it. So now are you starting to understand? Are you really starting to get it? That's really a place we can all live. That's actually where the future is. Survival of the fittest is going to come down to clairvoyance and empathic and telepathy and even telekinesis. All this stuff is real, guys. I've seen it, and the way the Sasquatch are connected, it's just ridiculous. The evidence that I've seen about how amazing they are. Just, I'm literally, so many of you out there are going, well, how has this discovery not happened yet? I'm literally of the position of no wonder we haven't made it. We are literally versing a superior force, a superior species. Go try to hunt them. They're going to know you were coming the day you went and bought a gun to kill a Sasquatch. They're going to see you coming miles away. You're never going to get near these guys. They're going to feel your intent. You'd be lucky if you go out there with the intent to hunt and kill them and they let you live. Believe me. Because if you came from my children, I don't think I'd be so generous. They have every ability to annihilate you and wipe you out. They have infrasound. They know the land, the territory. They're telepathic in communication with one another. Man, they want you gone. No one will ever hear from you again. And there are ignorant morons out there that still think you can go and hunt and verse these guys. They are, sorry if this offends anybody, but they literally are a superior species. Not the dominant ones. I guess I'll give us credit for that. We dominate this planet. But domination does not mean superior, does it? And this is my perspectives. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe disagree with me. Hey, I'm all the power to you if you disagree. But I don't think so. And that's just the way I see things. There's other riches in the world. And the Sasquatch know it. Nobody special asks, do you think Sasquatch have a concept of war? Yes, they do. Do they ever battle neighboring Sasquatch families? I don't know about battling families, but males battle for supremacy. Ever for land or food or anything, in your opinion? Yes. Yeah, they do that stuff. I heard sounds and I witnessed the debris of Seeger having fought off another Sasquatch who wanted to take over his troop. So I don't know about war though. Could happen though. I see them being territorial and holding their ground. So I don't know. I've seen other things too. Like there was in Morley, I was doing research, and there was the old male Sasquatch passed away, and now the female had uh, two teenagers and a young one that was probably about 4 or 5, and she just stayed in that particular area. She couldn't go anywhere, and I believe that's because the other Sasquatch were probably territorial and they didn't want her. I just thought, why not just assimilate into the other troops that are back deeper in the wilderness? And she wouldn't do that, and it's probably because they are territorial. I've seen little bits of evidence that really substantiate that theory that they are territorial. And how could you be territorial and not be warlike, not verse one another? So it's what I see. Could be wrong. Hi Todd, just read President Teddy Roosevelt's encounter of Bigfoot in Montana in the 1880s. Yeah, I believe it was very authentic. Amazing. I believe Teddy Roosevelt knew Sasquatch were real. I even respect the way he just he didn't see one, but he heard it. I believe he didn't see one, but he heard it, saw the evidence of it, and just came to the conclusion that they're real. I admire that. I wish more people would just take their heads out of their asses and understand when these things happen. It's you know, what whatever it is, if it's not a bear, if it's not a moose, if it's nothing that's known, what is it? Something's unknown out there. Let's figure out what that is. I really appreciate that mindset. Russell says hello, Cat from the Rocky Boys Res. Todd's last show, his kids were coughing like crazy in the background. That's right. So I probably wasn't sick, but the sickness that my children have, it caught up with me. Thanks, Andy. What's your thought on portals and Sasquatch using them? I have no evidence of portals, and I don't want to get into that. It's too far fetched. Um, Three-dimensional beings is what we are. Portals start talking four-dimensional stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. And I see no merit and nothing substantive about it. So there are times when I don't know, a Sasquatch probably would have taken a portal and disappeared on me if he could have, and didn't. But it's my perspectives. My current perspectives are I just don't do portals and four-dimensional transports and that stuff. I just it's it's a no. Todd, Eddie from Indiana. Hey, I was wondering whatever came of the Sasquatch DNA evidence you brought to court. Well, just real quickly, because I do talk about this. So, on a DNA scale, so you got like it goes orangutan, gorilla, chimpanzee, human, Sasquatch. It's actually not that far. It's like Sasquatch. So that's where the DNA fits is orangutans are here, gorillas are here, chimpanzees are here, this is human, and Sasquatch are over here, like that. They're more advanced, bigger, stronger, smarter hominid than we are. And they're less related to the primates of Africa than we are. Is that amazing? That should blow your mind. But it actually makes sense because they're actually hominids like we are that fully can survive naked in these harsh environments of North America. And those of us that are from North America, you are tough SOBs. These are tough, no disrespect to anybody else, but you got to be tough to survive on this continent. This continent is beastly, especially when you start getting north. The toughest beings in the whole world. You ever hear about Hidalgo? He went back and he versed Arabian champions. And Hidalgo was just Hidalgo. And he won. He was a beast. He was a Mustang that evolved and learned to survive in the incredibly tough continent of North America. This is a tough place, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud to be a North American, very proud to live in the north of North America. I am a North man. I raised my children that way. We all know it. We love the snow. We love the winter. We love the cold as much as we love the summer and the beautiful flowers and this wondrous place. But you got to be tough. This is a tough place to survive. So deep respect for this wonderful spot. Have you ever heard the stories of Glag the Sasquatch, who was an orphan befriended by Kevin Lang? No. And the most amazing story ever. Very believable. Kevin was interviewed many times for hours. That's so cool. This is Hawaii. Hawaii's a lady. um, hmm, I'm interested, and I would make time to read that. Stories of Glag the Sasquatch. For all my colleagues and friends out there that are listening, if one of you could have a look into that, please. Glagg, the Sasquatch. Orphaned and befriended by Kevin Lang. And Kevin Lang is spelled Laing. Sounds very interesting. Thank you for passing that information on to us. The Web Puzzler. Hey, Todd, happy Tea Day Eve from, I guess it's Turkey Day or Thanksgiving Day from the Cascades. Hey, happy Thanksgiving Day. Remember what Thanksgiving is, guys? Really remember what Thanksgiving is. It's giving thanks for the connection, for the natives that helped us, giving thanks for this beautiful continent that we thrive on. And when you celebrate Thanksgiving, it's not just about tomatoes and potatoes and corn and turkey. Really celebrate what it was meant for. I'm a big celebrator, and I think that's a beautiful celebration, and you should really embrace what the reality of it is and what it's about. Hey, Todd, are you familiar with the work of David? It says politics, but I think he means Pilates, yes. And the Can-Am Bigfoot. I don't know anything about the Can-Am Bigfoot project, but I know David Pilates' work. I I think I usually say I believe it's authentic, but I don't believe it's authentic. I know it is. So I know of at least two incidents he investigated that I saw the way he investigated it, and he was so professional about it, so factual about it. Like the man just didn't deviate. That's kind of how Survivor Man taught me how to make documentary style television, not reality TV, but just documentary style, precise and to the point. I just admire that so much. And people just give you the facts. So I suppose I'm not so much like that, though. I think David Pilates is a little more, he does a great job of separating himself and saying, well, these are the facts and you can figure it out for yourself. I'm not that guy. I'm very passionate. I'm very personal about the facts and the evidence that's presented to me, and I will make a decision and I will have a deduction based on my experiences and opinions, and I'll bring that to the table. I make it very personal, guys, and I have zero apologies for it. You know why? I'll tell you something. Two of the most respected and admired people in the whole world to me are Diane Fossey and Jane Goodall. And I don't ever need to ask them this question. I wanted to a long time ago. I don't need to anymore. Well, Diane Fossey has passed away. She died defending and protecting the gorillas that she loved. It was a science, and she did work towards the discovery process and the making sure there was a future place for gorillas in the world. But she loved it first, more than the science. And then you have the incredible, amazing hero, Jane Goodall, who still is alive, and I don't ever need to ask her because she's a PhD. She's a brilliant woman. She's Dr. Jane Goodall. And I don't need to ask her. I'll tell you what she's going to say. If I went and asked her, what's first for you, the science or was it personal? And I don't even need to ask. I've seen it in her face. I've listened to it in the way she speeches. It's so personal, guys. She sacrificed her whole life for chimpanzees and for the Roots and Shoots projects and for making this world a better place. It's it's all personal, guys. Science is not even a close second. It's so personal. And you'll see that in Einstein and Nicholas Tesla and all these brilliant men and women that have done incredible things, you know, that with science or with knowledge or bringing truth to it. It was always personal first. And it's just taken me a few years to figure that out, and I now have it figured out. It's very personal, and if you're going to get involved in this and really have success, I'll tell you, like like I could name off all these people. I don't want to say specific names that did not succeed with this discovery. Yeah, I'll name off a name: John Bendernago. He kept it very science, and that wasn't the truth though. He was lying to himself. It was extremely personal. He lived on Vancouver Island because that was the most likely place for Sasquatch to exist. His whole life was devoted to this discovery process. But he was taught to be science first. Don't get too close. Don't get too personal. But he was. He was personal, but he refused to be personal. And, you know, a powerful lesson for me. I will succeed with this discovery. I already have. I have discovered Sasquatch. I'm not I'm not I'm not going through any process of I know they're real and I have discovered them. And there are many people out there just like me. Hundreds of thousands of people out me that have made this discovery and know it. So we're just moving forward, but it's how could even just the simplest thing. If you see a Sasquatch, for those of you who have, immense congratulations to you. That's amazing. You see a Sasquatch, and then you tell people that. You want to see it get personal real fast? See a Sasquatch, know you've seen a Sasquatch, and then have someone call you a liar. You didn't see a Sasquatch. So you're saying I'm a liar? That's right. There is no such thing as a Sasquatch. And you saying that you saw one makes you a liar. They did see a Sasquatch. I've met many people that have been treated like that. I've been treated like that. Most people think I'm a goddamn liar, worthless, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not. I'm telling the truth. For me, it's a little easier. It's a little, because I look at them and go, and I can see right through them. I've never had anybody call me a liar that didn't have that narcissistic, sociopathic, negative crap feeling to them. I've never had a good person come up to me and look me in the eye and say, "Sir, I think you're a liar." It's never happened. Does that not tell you something? Every good person that's come up to me and listened to me and looked me in the eyes, usually they'll start like this and they'll ask me questions. And I see the smile coming. They keep asking me, and I keep being authentic. I keep looking in the eye. I put my heart and soul into it because it's very personal. And then they smile at the end of it and they walk away and they go, damn, something special about the way that guy is so freaking passionate. I think he may have seen a Sasquatch because I don't see how people would work that hard, feel that way, be so intensely passionate about it. And that's why I'm wearing people down. On the last show, someone said there was a survey about people believing how whether I'm authentic or inauthentic, and it was 80% were believing I'm authentic. The truth will wear them down. The truth will come out. I embrace the truth. Bring it on. Let's do the truth. One more question here, guys. Actually, oh my God. Sorry I didn't get far. Look at all this stuff. Found a 4-foot diamondback rattlesnake stuck in a rat trap while I was cleaning pools today. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, thanks, Jeff. And boom, thank you. Subscribe. Thank you for that, Andy. It is personal. Good intentions. Thanks, Web Puzzler. It's okay, Todd. Chill. I think I am pretty chill. You're so much more open and authentic than you were when I first started watching your videos. Ashley has been a godsend for you. Well, thank you, the Venom 52. So, hey Todd, have you ever seen a Sasquatch do anything with their hair, braids, beads, ponytails, anything like that? Anything artsy with their hair? Not their hair. Saw a necklace once. A necklace of elk hide and rabbit leg bones in an artistic way. So, yeah. Jeff, thank you so much for the donation. Have you ever seen Sasquatch do anything with their hair? So I answered that one. Just a necklace. Actually, I'm just going to say this. I can tell when Jane's around and close because I hear that's her necklace bouncing, which is art. And I've seen them take branches and make crowns out of them. The Inukshooks are like art to me. Is their blood the same as ours? Oh, I think so, yes. Does it coagulate faster? I wouldn't be able to say because they're so darn healthy. You know, they're so nature, they're so connected to the earth. So happy Thanksgiving, Todd Stanning. Who has you interact or see a Sasquatch? Let me see if so thank you for your donation, Chad Benson. Happy Thanksgiving. Who has you interact or seen a Sasquatch? You mean who have I had interact with or see a Sasquatch? Just pay attention to the upcoming videos I have on YouTube, Sasquatch Sundays. Even gonna probably start doing Thursday stuff because I'm back and I have the ability to do that. But yeah, I had a couple of sightings that were amazing this year. Lots of interactions, and it's actually on the YouTube channel. I'm gonna be transparent this year, guys. Like I didn't get any footage this year, which has been a hard pill for me to swallow. I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm just doing the best I can. But I still found it a very productive, amazing, wonderful year. LOL, I have the same Jeff Meldrum book. That's awesome. Thanks, Jeff Rizzo. I'm just gonna go down here. Show's been an hour. This wasn't a show that I was gonna be focused too terribly on questions. Just gonna let's have a look here. So the Venom, I'm passionate and feel I'm being called to go back to Idaho to connect with them, and that has to do with my strong belief that I was Nez Perez Indian in a life on Earth. Idaho feels like home. That's so cool. Go with that, man. Go with your guts. Go with your spiritual connection. That's awesome. I'm proud of you, man. That's so cool. So you sound like a crazy person, and a crazy person is someone who's like breaking paradigms and going off into incredible places. What's the worst that can happen? You find out that you are crazy and you just had all these good intentions and you explored into an area that was uncomfortable that most people would never delve into. That's what a discovery is. Congratulations. So people call me crazy all the time. Probably am. I know you're in Canada, Todd, but happy Thanksgiving. Well, thank you so much, Lon. And just let me go a little further. Had someone pop a pretty big donation. Jason M. So I just had a like a 40-minute conversation with Jason and Lauren, who are coming out on an expedition with me, and they gave me that donation. I would answer your question, Jason and Lauren, but you're gonna have lots of questions for me. This is a husband and wife couple that you all are gonna meet when the June video comes out, because they're going on an expedition with me. And I'll tell you a little something about the conversation I had with this really amazing, super cool couple. I first wanted to let them know because they're in their Lauren is in her late 20s, and Jason is in his early 30s, I believe. I want to let them know they don't have children yet. They will someday. And like, will we have time to do this stuff now? Maybe not so much. I made sure I warned them that this discovery will, it'll get you. It'll change you. It'll do things to you. It's not something that you just come into and then kind of back out of later. It's a major obsession. But, well, two things. I felt Jason go off for a second. Jason just went off and he had to tell me the stuff about the tracking and every piece of hair, and I need to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this. As soon as I heard that, I literally felt how it's the Sasquatch that are calling him to come out through telepathy, through remote viewing. I really feel like in my heart, and I actually proved that this year. I didn't talk about it much, but I actually proved it this year. The Sasquatch are calling these people, inspiring them to find me, and I'm a conduit to bring them out and have the interaction with Sasquatch. And I literally felt a Sasquatch just kind of spark to me for a second, going, you hear that? That's the man that we want you to bring out. And now Jason and Lauren, these powerful thinking, like young individuals too, young-minded individuals that are really so much on par with the way I think, but have such original and different perspectives. They're going to enrich this cooperation, and that's what I do. That's my amazing life. So take these people out and just guide them and open their minds to new possibilities, and then just watch them explode off into greatness. So I have no idea. And my relationships with these people, I mean, literally, my best friends are former expeditioners, former colleagues that just become close personal friends that we're going to spend the rest of our lives like being honored to be in each other's lives. And that's what's so wonderful. That's why it just becomes so personal. And I bet too, it'd be the same thing with Diane Fossey. Who are the people that really came in your life and became staples in your life and have been around the whole time? It's literally colleagues that helped her move forward with what she was passionate about, which was the chimpanzees and the earth, and connecting that all together, making sure chimpanzees have a future, but making sure people are educated about the reality of wilderness and how they can preserve and protect the chimpanzees and the importance of that. That's all her whole life is. And it's really to really get achievement, to really make something move forward with all your heart, all your soul, to make it happen. That's how passionate you need to be about it. And I'm always looking for people like that. And I think I found a couple of crazy maniacs that are just gonna, and even listen to this. They there's these two books they're gonna send me text of, and please do send me, Jason and Lauren, copies of just texts of those books so I can look them up because I'm doing inner work this year. But it's such symbiosis, it's such community. Uh, there's not one single expeditioner that's gone out with me that didn't teach me so much and still is teaching me things. So I become this incredibly powerful entity that has Stefan and James and Ashley and Kyle and Craig and Logan and Jason, all these people behind me. It just piles up on me. It's all this power. I stand up tall on the shoulders, and it's a wonderful feeling, and I hope I can inspire you, all of you in your lives, to do that and live like that. Be passionate about what you do. Find something that you love and take a risk and go fight for it and go believe in it, because that's the only way we're going to save this beautiful planet. So be passionate about this beautiful planet. Be passionate about your freedom, about your wildness. Go connect to it, guys. Find your joy, find your love, find your true, authentic self. Obviously, a little bit sick, but I love doing the show with you guys. I've had so much fun today. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lenita. Thank you, Lenita. Thank you so much for your donations, guys. I hope you're doing well, Lenita. I hope things are doing well in Alabama. I sure want to come down to Alabama and have some more work down there. Keep sending me information, girl. I really appreciate it. Love the Talladega Forest. Love the Chehaw Valley in Alabama. I'd like to bring my family down there this year or in 2023. So, and it's so much gratitude, you guys. Of course, I'll be back Wednesday. Lots of it's coming up, or not the live show, but the Discovering Bigfoot podcast is doing really well. Pay attention to that, guys. There's amazing lessons to be learned there. I will go take my vitamins, my medicine, heal up, get better. Y'all take care of yourselves. I'll take care of myself. And until next time, so much gratitude for tuning in. Hope you had a great time. I'll see you Sunday, Wednesday, and so on. Looking forward to continuing our amazing relationship, guys. Take care of yourselves, please. Bye for now.